Hey guys, welcome back to Revelation to Revolution Bible Talk. I am Jayla, the leader of Revelation to Revolution, which is just a ministry trying to build a community right now. I have a podcast under it, or God has a podcast under it, and we also have a women's Bible study group. Now, if you are a man, I would recommend still following along with our 62 Days of Proverbs. It's a lot of wisdom in this book, and it's a good place to start for beginners. And you can use these videos to help you if you would like to. But yeah, I explained how the 62 Days of Proverbs challenge goes in the introduction video, so go definitely check that out. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about Proverbs 1. And the main idea of Proverbs 1 is I'm going to read it exactly how I read it. If you don't listen to wisdom, you will find yourself in distress, unnecessary distress. To be able to know wisdom starts first with the fear of the Lord. Fearing the Lord brings knowledge, which leads to wisdom. And from wisdom comes understanding. Men of understanding will seek wise counsel. And honestly, this is mainly what I grabbed from Proverbs 1, and it's crazy because most of this is pulled from just the first 7 verses, because it's only 7 verses, but it speaks volumes. And then verses 8 through 19 are more so warnings and a little bit of advice. But yeah, and just look out for that when we read it, or when you read it on your own as well. But I will be reading at the end so you can follow along. Now, verses 20 through 33 are, it's basically a poem about wisdom. It uses personification, basically painting wisdom as a woman that tries to guide you. And, but yeah, just look out for that. And yeah, let's start reading. So, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. And in the last one, I let it be known that Proverbs is actually translated to, in the original text, it means marshal. So it could read, to be like Solomon, the son of David, the king of Israel, is to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding will attain wise counsel. To understand a proverb and an enigma, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Now, if you guys don't understand a word, if something stands out to you, go ahead and highlight it, and then go research it after this video, or just press pause and go ahead and research it. We're going on to 8 through 19. My son, hear the instruction of your father. Do not forsake the law of your mother, for they will be a graceful ornament on your head and chains around your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie and wait to shed blood. Let us lurk secretly for innocent. Let us swallow them alive like Sheol and whole like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all kinds of precious possessions. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Cast your lot among us. Let us all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way of them. Keep your foot from their path, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, but they lie in wait for their own blood. They lurk secretly for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy for gain. It takes away the life of its owners. That part, I do like. I kind of love that part, because it's basically just saying that people who are evil at heart, and I feel like I've been there. I've had maybe like negative intentions, things that God would consider evil. No, things that are evil in my heart, and it might have came back to bite me in the butt. So yeah, basically just saying that don't be a greedy person, an evil person, because it will come back for you. Even if it don't come back right away, it will. Okay, so 20 through 33 is basically a poem about wisdom. It, like I said, it's painting wisdom as a woman. Wisdom calls aloud outside. She raises her voice in the open squares. She cries out in the chief concourses. At the openings of the gates in the city, she speaks her words. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? For the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn at my rebuke. Surely I will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no one regarded. Because you disdained all my counsel, and you would have none of my rebuke. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your terror comes, and when your terror comes like a storm, and your destruction comes like a whirlwind, when your distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call on me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but they will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. They would have none of my counsel and despised my every rebuke. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled to the full with their own fancies. For the turning away of the simple will slay them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell safely and will be secure without fear of evil. Okay, so real quick, the fear of I'm sorry, the where it talks about I will laugh at your calamity. Me personally, as a believer that's not exactly new in my faith, I kind of knew that before I came upon the verse. To me, it was a little funny because it's like it's almost just like I told you not to do that. Now look at you. Like, but at the end of the day, God does empathize with us. He will forgive you. But the thing is, now if you call on him to try to more than likely, he'll let you still live out the consequences of which you ask for. If you repent after that, he will come to you, but wisdom may not be something that is gifted to you right away. You might not be able to obtain wisdom right away if you ignore her. You'll have to repent, pray to God, and he will always welcome you back, but it will probably take a little time before you get the gift of wisdom again, because it's almost like disciplining a child. If you don't give them consequences, they won't learn. They won't remember not to do what they did. There are things that I've been through because of the consequences. I will never do them again. The thing is, whenever we live outside God's presence, we do experience the same consequences, except we just we're almost blind to them. It's almost normal. We feel like that's just life, or we feel like it's the devil. But at the end of the day, it's us, because God tried to warn us, and he just eventually was like, all right, I'm gonna just move out the way. I'm gonna stop protecting you, and I'm gonna let the consequence that you so deeply want to hit you. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that part a little bit.